Last time on Dragon Ball, Goku was defending the Earth from the evil King Piccolo, and then all hope seemed lost. Goku defeated him finally, but at what cost? Our hero had bled out and died. What will the fate of the Earth be? Will the Dragon Balls be restored? What will Goku do while he is dead? Find out now on Dragon Ball. Goku's long journey. What if Goku died early? Hey guys, Lag King back and welcome to today's What If. Now before we start, I'm just gonna make things a little more quality wise. Yeah, I'm using a different editor. iMovie was very terrible and I finally saw through that, so now I'm changing to this one. Also, if you would like to discuss future what ifs and, greater ideas, come join my Discord if you have Discord. No pressure. Now, with all that out the way, let's get started with today's video. What if Goku died early? AKA, what if he died against King Piccolo? Now, you see that Goku straight up beated him at the last minute with all his knees, even with his knees and his arm bled out. And he let out one blast and then he punched him. Now, what I like to think will happen is instead of King Piccolo sitting there doing nothing, he actually gets one more hit on Goku. Alright? But the force that Goku's coming up with is too tremendous and they both fall. With King Piccolo spitting out the egg for Piccolo Jr. Goku's dead, he bled out, but he managed to say goodbye to his friends in time. Now, we'll have Goku all the way going to afterlife, and he doesn't know what it is until he meets King Yama, but he is met with another voice, and he thought it'd be King Piccolo, but it's Kami. And so he reacts how he does in Dragon Ball, except when he is dead. Kami explains that he isn't Piccolo, and he goes on to confirm that Goku has died and that King Piccolo has had a son, Piccolo Jr. And Goku is all bummed out and he's like, oh crap, because he quote unquote failed. But as we know Goku, he's also hyped up for another fight. Second chance at a stronger version of Piccolo. Now, Kami is a bit, he's like, you gotta take this seriously, Goku. But, Goku just, gives a smile up and thumbs up. But now they also hear another voice in the background. I wonder who it could be this time. It was none other than Krillin, Goku's best friend. Krillin and Goku have a nice reunion, very wholesome. Goku explains that he defeated King Piccolo but died in the process, and there's a smaller Piccolo. Krillin's a little bit worried, but he explains that he can't wait to come back to life. That's when something changes. Goku thinks that he might be able to train under someone stronger. Meanwhile, back on Earth, everybody is shocked. Krillin's body is missing from the capsule, and Bulma's freaking out. Meanwhile, Goku and Krillin discuss that they were going to go on a journey. So they ask Kami if there's someone really strong that they can train with to get really, really strong. And Kami says there is someone stronger than him and high above. Even though you could do with his training, aka Kami, he's saying that, he says you can go to King Kai as long as King Yama lets you. So they have a discussion with King Yama and explain that they can go to King Kai. King Yama is very reluctant, but as he sees that, there might be more people along the line because of this King Piccolo, he's just like, fine, do whatever. Anyway, so with that happening, Goku says if he can ask for the Dragon Balls to be restored. And Kami says yes, he can easily do it. Now, he'll go back to Earth and do that, and so they can revive everyone, including Goku and Krillin. And, Goku's like, yay, I'm going to be revived, but we're going to go train with this person. And Kami's like, remember, the tournament is in 3 years. I don't think Piccolo's going to want to miss it. So, Goku and Krillin head on for their long journey. And it's a long trip for Snake Way, especially for them being a lot younger. So, as they're running along, it's going to take them, 10 months. Considering their power levels are very small compared to what Z was, where Goku had somewhere around the 500s or 400s when he was running on Snake Way, and Krillin was a little weaker than that. So, Goku and Krillin, they're keeping each other, they're doing runs, and when they get tired, they're just going to carry each other around, no problem, they're pretty strong, So, I think in the original, it took Goku over 200 days. I think it's going to take these guys a year. Even though there's the two of them and everything, it's going to take roughly around a year. And surprisingly, along the way, Kami kept his word as usual, and their halos disappeared, and they were all excited. So, we have a slight problem. Goku and Thing are going to be brought back, but they're going to be very hungry. So, what are they going to do about that? Well, they're just going to have to... Let's just cut the narrative for here. Let's just say that they won't need food for this trip. I literally don't know. Like, come on, guys. This is a good what if, but this is the only thing that stopped me. So I'm just going to say that they were brought back to life pretty much instantly, but they were granted some ability where they don't need to eat food until they get to King Kai's or something. I don't know. Going back to the narrative. A year passes and they finally made it to King Kai's, and their little trick that King Yama gave them to make them allowed to not eat for a whole year, but they will survive without it, has worn off, and they are starving. But they get to the planet and they collapse. 10 times gravity for you for some weak humans and Saiyans that they don't know about. Krillin explains that this reminds them of the time where they had giant turtle backs on their shell back when they were younger. They start laughing, but they can't get up. Anyway, King Kai hears this thud of a scream of two children and explains who are they and what are they doing here. And they explain that they came here for his training. And, King Kai just laughs at it and thinks they're joking, but he realizes that they're not dead. And he asks how the hell did they get there? Krillin and Goku explain that they were beaten by an evil demon king Piccolo. And, King Kai looks into this and realizes, hang on, that's a Namekian. And they're like, what the hell is a Namekian? And they explain that they're an alien race, and then points at Goku's tail and says, he's a Saiyan. And this literally just blows the mind. So they get taught for like an hour of explaining what Namekians are and what Saiyans are. And Krillin's mind is blown that he managed to keep up with an alien. His best friend is an alien. Whoa! Mind blown. Anyway, with that continuing on, they ask why the planet is so freaking heavy. And King Kai says it's 10 times more than your gravity on Earth. So, the both of them go and contact everyone through King Kai's He could speak, his ability. He explains that Goku and Krillin explain that they will be on this planet for a while and training to get stronger and get ready for the World Martial Arts Tournaments because they're going to be there. Tien responds that he's been training with Kami along with Yamcha so they can also get ready. Yamcha and Tien have already gotten a fair bit of a head start. Goku and Krillin go under 2 years of extremely hard training and they finally get past it with 2 days to spare, ready to head back to the real life world on Earth. Now, King Kai explains that the Genki Dama will only work on evil people, aka Piccolo, and they thought, yep, we could use that to beat him. Then they also explain that Kaioken is a huge multiplier, but they won't need it. They're already significantly stronger, with Goku and Krillin being around the 9,000s in their power level. Wow, that's pretty high for 2 years of training. So, they head back, and what do they know? They can, run really fast. They run through Snake Way, bang, they're back right in time. And the World Martial Art Tournament happens, with everybody seeing how strong Krillin and that is, and they're just mind blown. But Tien, Yamcha, and Chaozu have also gotten a pretty, significant increase. And yeah, the tournament's going to be a bit of a floor whopping, with Krillin beating Piccolo, and Goku, seeing Chi-Chi, and everything goes in the original, except for it's going to be a Krillin versus Goku fight. Wow! We have Goku and Krillin duking it out. Really, really close fight because they've trained together and they both know each other's techniques and abilities and how strong they are. Goku and Krillin, yeah, the long fight. Goku wins the fight and he's happy to make his first World Martial Art Tournament win under his belt. So, everybody gets to leave happily ever after. Piccolo's annoyed and wants to get a lot stronger, considering the power gap between them is, really big. So, that's Dragon Ball for you. Everything else happens as normal, with, Goku, obviously, it's a lot easier now. Now, this is where we get into Dragon Ball Z, with Raddatz, Nappa, and Vegeta. But, it obviously starts off with Raddatz. Raddatz comes to Earth and picks up a pretty high power level of 2 1000s. Yes, Goku and Thing have learned how to suppress their energy and, keep it on the low. And now they're all gonna meet each other at Kami's lookout, as in the original. Goku feels a strong power level coming towards him, and Raddatz didn't notice Piccolo because it was so low, and there were 2 1000s sitting in this one place. He's like, it's got to be Kakarot! Raddatz lands and explains to Goku Kakarot, my brother, why don't you join us? And Goku's like, who are you? And then the whole thing plays out. But it's less shocking to Goku and Krillin that Goku's a Saiyan and he's an alien. And yeah, Goku explains that he already knew this because he went on an adventure to see a King Kai. And Raddatz is like, what? And, and he's like, join us or I'll kidnap your son. And as usual, Goku says no. So Raddatz powers up and thinks he can take him. And then that's when Krillin grabs his hand and tosses him across the ocean like he is nothing. And Krillin's feeling pretty good about this because he just tossed an alien like Goku, his older brother, across the ocean. I'd be pretty happy if I did that too. An angry Raddatz comes up, all soaked and wet, and is annoyed and sees their power level is still 1000 and is really annoyed. So Goku and Krillin both power up, blowing up his scouter, with Vegeta and Thing getting the readings of around 10,000 when, they're going to want to head to Earth now. They want to see how strong these guys are. So Raddatz, is all, sorry, and begging for mercy. And since he hasn't done anything wrong yet, they take him and, talk to him that they want to stay here. And so Raddatz introduces that there were 2 other Saiyans, and they're probably going to head this way. And, and then flies off after explaining a bunch of other things like Frieza. Goku really isn't like, ooh, more strong people, because, Raddatz is pretty weak. And Goku says not to kill anyone, otherwise he'll... After a little while, Raddatz understands why Goku is at this Earth, and he is, like, hey, I could actually live here in peace. But, the Saiyan blood always boils for a fight. So, yeah, Goku and Krillin all train ready for these new Saiyans, and they train with everyone else, teaching them all their abilities and techniques. Gohan joins along. Chi-Chi isn't really happy about this, but, he gets to do his studying now and then. And, yeah, Piccolo joins in as well, saying that he wants to get stronger, so he's ready for Goku's next fight. But he can't do that if some alien's going to take over the Earth. 6 months after, during the training, Raddatz and Goku finally, get to know each other. And, explain... They get along. It takes them a while, but they get along. Everyone gets to a pretty high power level at this point. I'm saying all the basic Z fighters, Krillin not included, they all have like a power level of around 3,000 to 4,000 and know how to use the Kaioken. Raddatz is in the 7,000-8,000. And Krillin and Goku at the 12,000s. And yeah, they feel pretty good. Like, if the Saiyans were to attack us, they'd be pretty happy. Raddatz is on the line still, but as he's seen Goku's kind nature, he thinks he might be able to sort this out. Not maybe a fight, not really, but explain that they can join forces and take on this Space Emperor. Vegeta and Nappa land, and they head straight towards this 12,000s and a bunch of other power levels to find Raddatz. They don't bother blowing up any cities to, and there's no Dragon Balls explained, so they're not after them either. Nappa and Vegeta ask why Raddatz has teamed up with these Saiyans. And he's not too fast. He just says that, these guys are pretty strong and I've gotten stronger. I'm stronger than Nappa now. Nappa is a bit annoyed considering he is the weakest Saiyan out of all of them. But Vegeta's impressed after they take off their scouter and cover the microphone and explain that they can come and take over Frieza. And Vegeta and Nappa are intrigued by this idea. And yeah, they're also kind of annoyed at Raddatz. Their scouter's gone, so Vegeta challenges Goku, or Kakarot, to the fight. And it's a close one, with Goku showing off the Kaioken and Vegeta going all out. And it's fairly equal just with the Kaioken. Vegeta doesn't think there's anything higher, but he says he's stronger because he doesn't need any fancy techniques. Anyway, moving on. The Saiyans, they really want to beat Frieza. They're not kind or anything, they just really want to beat him. And they're going to use these guys to get stronger. Now, with everybody getting along, and Raddatz wasn't as bad as what they thought, they trained together. And Goku coming up with the idea of the gravity chamber because he trained with King Kai. And that thing's pretty much ready to go in like 3 days after Vegeta and Nappa get here. And it's a lot bigger, so everybody trains in there. And, Vegeta and Nappa are kind of happy because they know a way to get stronger now. All the other Z fighters take a while to get stronger though, because what are Nappa and Vegeta really thinking? Are they going to want to kill Frieza, or are they just going to use him to get stronger so they could beat Frieza on their own and take over the galaxy? We'll have to find out next time. Thank you guys for tuning in for my first What If. I know I was a bit rusty. Yeah, but do what you want. Subscribe, leave a like, talk to you, and I'll catch you all later. See you, everyone.